Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I've been thinking of doing kind of like reacting to my old Instagram photos and telling the truth behind the captions and like what was actually going on before that photo was taken or during the photo, because girl, in this time I've just found myself comparing myself to so many people on social media, but I have to constantly remind myself that social media is not real. And if it is, it's just a highlight reel. We're not going to post us crying, we're not going to post us angry, we're not going to post us hurt or in pain. And I realized that my Instagram can come off as a very like inaccurate representation of what my day-to-day life is. And if I find myself comparing me to other people, I wonder how many people are comparing them to me, or themselves to me. So I just wanted to take you through my Instagram and shameless plug, follow me at SageLikeSex if you haven't already. Just actually tell you what was going on in that moment and in that photo. Okay, so I'm going to screen record. Another shameless plug, I have my own podcast. It's called Sesh with Sage. If you're interested in listening, I'll leave the links all down below in the description box. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your podcast. It's a baby passion project of mine and I'm having so much fun with it, so please, I hope you listen to it and let me know what you think of it. Okay, anyway, back to this video. So let's see. Okay, let's just start with the most recent photo. Wow, I'm really going to be exposing myself and like the intention behind certain photos. So I just woke up. This is how many days ago? This was 3 days ago, really. I was kind of like, I don't know, I just had a lot of boy drama, to be honest, and I was feeling very like, I don't know, like I'm not hot. I really feel good today, and it's not so much about how I look. I actually, inside my internal self, felt so good. So that's really the whole thing behind that photo. I just dressed up. I wanted to film a couple of videos and I was like, well sis, you actually look kind of good, so let's just take some photos. So I went upstairs on my rooftop and took a nice couple of photos and uploaded it on Instagram, just kind of making a statement. Like, I'm joking, not really. And I have makeup videos, like makeup videos. Looking at this photo, which I posted on 20th March, which is the day that we had to leave Brighton. And obviously it shows Rima and I looking all happy and in London, but I cannot explain to you the heartbreak we were facing and honestly still face on a daily basis of our exchange being cut short. I remember for me at least, I spent a lot of days during that week crying, and if I wasn't crying I was just in shock, and if I wasn't in shock I was numb. To have all of this hard work I've put into my exchange just be taken away from me. And if you want to listen to more of that, actually it's on my latest episode of my podcast. I'll leave the link down below to that, where we talk more in depth about how we dealt with our exchange being cut short. Even this photo, we were on the beach with Ameya and Rima. I remember specifically this day, Ameya had come to visit. We had so much fun that weekend. I remember specifically at this moment, before we took or after we took these photos. Obviously you see on Instagram, you never know what happens before nor what happens after, you just look at the photo as itself. After the photo, I was just sitting with my friends and I was just sitting on the beach and I was just taking everything in and realizing that this is the last time I'm ever going to be on this beach for a long time. And I just burst out crying. Like, it wasn't like a wailing crying, it was more of just like a very to myself, like taking it all in. The wind was in my face. I was feeling happy, but at the same time I was so heartbroken. So right after I was smiling in this photo, I was crying right after. Okay, this is actually a really great day. This is the wine night. Sorry, not wine night. This is wine and mini golf. This day was such an amazing day. It truly does show in these photos. I remember what happened the night before. I had a really bad nightmare. And apparently I was like shouting in my sleep and shit. Like, Rima was like, sis, are you okay? And I'm like, I have no idea. And I remember the nightmare obviously till today. So it was a really, really bad nightmare. And I woke up so shaken. You know how some of those nightmares that you have are so real that when you wake up you're like, did that actually happen? Or why am I having these dreams? So I was so just not myself the entire morning. And we were in Birmingham with Rima and Pooji, and we were at this bar slash mini golf area, and Pooja went to get a bottle of wine. Rima just looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No." And she heard me out, and we talked about it, and we made the best of that day. So I remember this day because I was so affected by that nightmare, but I didn't let that ruin my entire day, and I ended up having the best day. We got wine drunk while playing mini golf. Best decision ever. Highly recommend. And it was just such an amazing day after that. So I like that. I love this post because you can see how happy I am, like just being surrounded by my friends and all their love. Well, okay, I'm looking at the Valentine's Day photos, and Storm Dennis is all I will say. This makeup video. Obviously, I don't think other people will realize when they are watching this video. This day was an especially hard day for me. What is the date? Let's see. 16th February. Makes sense. Okay. It was just a little bit after Valentine's Day. And after spending my first Valentine's Day alone in a couple of years. And obviously it was rough. I remember specifically while filming on this day, I think this was the day after I got my tattoo, so I was doing other things to like keep me like getting tattoos to make me happy, and I remember I was just feeling really low, and I decided to just put on some makeup and feel good about myself, start filming. This was when I started filming for my YouTube channel again. I'd taken a really long break because of everything that I was going through in my personal life, and this was the day I decided to pick up my camera and be like, you know what, I want to document this and I want to film a makeup look. So I did. And that day itself, we watched Waitress, the musical, and the soundtrack of that musical resonated so much with me. There were certain songs that just spoke to my heart, and even now when I listen to it, I get chills because it just means so... It has such a different meaning for me. And one of my favorite songs that really resonated with me was She Used to Be Mine. So I found the cover of it on YouTube, and it just fits so perfectly with this video. And when I watch it, it's like all I see is this girl who is broken inside, and she's fixing herself piece by piece, and she's trying her best to put a smile on her face. And honestly, that's all that matters. As long as she's trying, you know, she'll get through it. Okay. This photo, the caption says, I mean, honestly, have you seen me happier? You know, I have taken a lot of photos. I mean, just if you look at my Instagram, I have a lot of photos of myself. It is what it is, right? There are certain photos when I smile, I'm genuinely smiling, and there are certain photos when I smile, I'm just posing for a camera. You can see it in these photos, especially this photo. I am grinning ear to ear. I remember being so happy in these photos. It was just not a good day, and I was just really upset about certain things. And my friends and I went to the beach, and the minute we went on the beach, everything was okay. Like, I don't know, something about the Brighton beach just always took away all my worries, and I could just sit there for hours, honestly, alone. I wish I got to do that, but I didn't. And my friend pulled out his camera, we just started taking photos, and I didn't even have to try to smile because I was laughing so much that day. Dude, honestly, scrolling through some of these photos made me really sad because my life was just so different back then. Not in a bad way, it's just like I'm happy with the things are now, and I'm happy with my life, I'm content and I'm happy. But things were just so different, and it just is crazy how things can change. A lot of these photos as well, like, you know, me with a glass of wine. And what else? They were taken by someone who's not in my life anymore, so honestly looking at these photos are really weird. You know how after a breakup a lot of couples, they like archive their photos and stuff like that, but because obviously I was never public, we were both never public about my relationship, we don't have to do that, thankfully, which is what I really appreciate, actually, the reason why we're not public. But obviously a lot of memories have to do with that, and it's very hard looking at some of these photos. So I'm just gonna scroll past a few of them because no. Ooh. Bikini bod. Okay. This was 11 January 2019. Body image has always been a struggle of mine. I'm a lot better with it. I feel like this year I've really reached a very healthy point where I eat whatever I want and I work out like 5 times a week or 4 times a week, and still try my best not to feel guilty when I eat a brownie or a chocolate. So I've reached, like, I would say an 80% or 75% balance with a healthy relationship with my body. But back in 2019 I think was probably the worst I have had with body image, just because I had lost a lot of weight. Ironically, you'd think that if I lost a lot of weight I would feel a lot happier, but no. I lost a lot of weight, and that is a whole other story on its own, how everything to do with my weight and how it fluctuated and why I was so heavy at one point. And now when I'm going to scroll through some of these photos, I think it'll be very evident that I was a lot bigger at one point, and it's going to be a little bit hard, but we'll get through it. And I do want to do an episode of this on my podcast as well, so stay tuned for that. But just to touch on this photo, I was really skinny here, and on one hand I remember being like, oh my god, finally I have this body that I can wear a bikini, and on the other hand I remember being like, oh my god, what happened to all my curves, what happened to all my flesh? Like, I don't know. But even though, yeah, I mean, you can say I looked good, I don't think I felt very good mentally. And I got so many comments saying you're so hot and everything, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. But inside I don't think I felt that great. My first makeup video, I remember this like it was yesterday. Holy shit. Okay, 18th March 2018. Okay, I have been wanting to do YouTube, Instagram, whatever, since I was like 17. I'm 23 now, and I only properly started my YouTube channel last year. And I was so nervous on posting this. I remember I just woke up and I was like, okay, let's just film it, whatever. I filmed it. At this time I didn't even edit it on my laptop, I just edited it in my iPhone, like really bad editing. Just on my, like, I don't even think I had a tripod, I just kind of adjusted somewhere. And I thought I had to make all these cute faces like all the influencers do. And I was so shit scared of posting this. I sent it to my best friend, I was like, babe, should I post this? She was like, yes, post it. Because on my Finsta or my like private Instagram account, I would always post makeup videos that are like filmed on Instagram itself, edited on Instagram itself, never like properly filmed and edited. And I remember I saw a post, oh my god, maybe I should do a YouTube video part 2 of going through my Finsta. Comment below if you want to see that. One post where I was like, maybe this is the year I would finally start my YouTube channel and makeup. So obviously YouTube only came much later, the confidence to do that. But I remember this day, I was so proud of myself for doing that. I was really brave, and yeah, it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy looking at it. The post above that says breathe. Yeah, what, this is 20th March 2018. Yeah. The reason why I captioned it breathe was because at that point in my life I was suffocated. I couldn't breathe. I had a lot of things going on at that time, which also I might go into in my podcast. I don't know whether how comfortable I am sharing what happened in March 2018. We shall see. But yeah, I remember it specifically because I couldn't breathe. So this was just a reminder to breathe. And actually, one of my tattoos on my foot, on my ankle, is a baby breath flower, and the meaning behind that is breathe. So it's actually really full circle seeing it. In 2018 I put up Instagram caption breathe with that same mindset, and in 2020 I got a tattoo with the same meaning, breathe. See, you can see, like, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. This was the time where I would like cover a lot of my acne, 4th December 2017, with makeup. That's why you can't really see it, but if you zoom in, I'm gonna zoom in. like here, if you zoom in, you can see my textured skin. But I would just, oh my god, you can see it on this side as well, and I would just pound my face with makeup and makeup and makeup. And I don't know, maybe that day I just finally felt like I kind of looked good, and I took a photo, and that was really it. This is the iconic photo shoot, coffee with sugar, with my baby girl Carisha. I miss you. But also you can see my acne and my textured skin and how much I tried to cover that up with makeup. I think the one thing I'm quite proud of myself is that I would never edit my pimples out and my acne. And I know this, you may think that, oh, it wasn't that bad, but obviously you can't see half of it because it's covered with makeup. And one thing I'm really proud of myself is that I never edited them out. I would pound them with makeup and whatever, but I would not take it out. And I remember this was a very difficult photo for me to post at that time, because it was going to go on all the websites and the social media, and I was like, fuck. But at the same time, let's just own it. Everyone goes through this, so yeah. This series of photos was in Phuket 2017. I think this was when I was at my heaviest weight, and this was also when I decided to post a lot of bikini photos. It's weird that even though I was at my heaviest and this was when my acne was like starting up, I was the happiest I'd ever been. I was the most confident I'd ever been. And I remember, but even though yes, I was confident, like this was okay, this is a bit hard to talk about. So because I was a lot bigger, my chest was also a lot bigger than it is now. And I remember when I was shopping for bikinis for this trip specifically, it was the first time I ever bought a bikini. It was the first time I ever was going on a trip to wear bikinis. I could never find anything that was my size because I was just too big, and I felt very, very demoralized. And in all the photos that I took, I just looked so, like everything was just spilling out of the bikini. So I remember not feeling that beautiful in this. Even though I was a very confident person, I was just like not feeling very comfortable in this, which is why I'm holding the drink to cover my stomach and I'm wearing my shorts really high. These photos, okay, there's specifically two photos I want to talk about: this red dress photo and this bikini photo. These were the first photos I edited of my body, and I'm not proud of that. But I do want to say it here because that's the whole point of this video. Instagram is not real. Fortunately, it's the only two photos I ever edited of my body. Nothing else on my Instagram is edited, face-tuned, nothing like that. But these two photos were. Again, I was at my heaviest. However, I would still be confident in wear bodycon dresses. I would wear bikinis, but obviously I wouldn't, like, it wouldn't be flattering to my body type at that time. And I would have things like spilling over. Like usually, no matter what your size, I think the best thing is always to just get things that flatter you and make you feel good inside. And this dress was just not it. Like my rolls were coming out of the side. It was just really, really bad. I looked really bad, and I got it edited. And I remember feeling really guilty that I did that. This is 2016. Yep, this was when I was at my peak. I feel like, not now, but like at that time in my teenage years, this was my peak. I don't know, I just felt like I looked really good at that time. I, started learning how to do makeup a little bit, started taking a little bit more selfies, trying to impress a cute boy at that time. Stupid bitch, I know. Oh my god, yeah, I was trying to impress a guy. In this photo, I was. That's so funny. I still do that, I mean. Don't tell me you don't. Wait. Oh my god. Okay, Nat. Girl, if you're watching, what are we doing? And also, where are my brows? I didn't know that thick, fluffy brows were beautiful too, and I regret that. Okay, this is quite a cute story. So, I had a crush on this boy. And I just remember this day, I think it was the day I realized that I actually really liked him more than a friend. And if you're watching, hello. He was my best friend before that, but I don't know, man, feelings are feelings. So I remember this day specifically at this concert was when I realized, like, shit, I think I have feelings for someone. That's so cute. It's either one eyebrow, no eyebrow, or two eyebrows, and my god, look at my tan. So cute. We have reached one eyebrow territory. You know what? Even though I had one eyebrow, I was fucking confident about it, okay? And kudos on me, even though I got made fun of so much by boys, stupid boys at that age, like, oh my god, you have a unibrow, like, fuck you, bitch. At least I can grow hair on my face, unlike you, stupid. It was fun to look back. I actually really, even though social media is a double-edged sword and it can result in a lot of issues, I also do like having social media because it allows me to look back at a lot of things and a lot of memories and smile at them and also like learn from them. And I'm in a great place now and I am learning to be better every day. Like this video if you did, comment below if you want a part 2 of my Finsta. I think that would be interesting. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast and listen to it anywhere that you listen to your podcast.